Grandma's meatloaf recipe. I have about 1.5 pounds of hamburger. So in that goes into a big mixing bowl so that you have room to stir everything up. And then I'm going to put in 2 eggs. That's to start with. Grandma always said just to put enough in so that it sticks together. All right, I will get sorry about that, guys. So normally I use my Pampered Chef hamburger chopper thing, but somebody must use that. So I'm just gonna use my wooden spoon and I'm gonna kind of mix everything up. And chop it up in there like that. Break the eggs and stuff and stir that up in there. I don't know if you could see that or not, but you get the general gist. Now I'm crooked. So then I'm going to take a whole sleeve of crackers. There we go. And I just start smushing them together like that. And I try to squeeze them up till they're pretty fine. I like to do them in the plastic so that it doesn't make a mess all over. Hope you had a good day at work. And I hope you like this video. But I'm smooshing this all up just a little bit at a time. And I'm going to squeeze this part together here. And I have the oven warming up right now on 350. So this is breaking up pretty fine. I have about 2/3 of a sleeve of cracker crumbs. I'm going to go back through and smush again. Alright, it's starting to break open on the end, so I'm just going to go ahead and dump it in. So, there we go. There's the crackers. This is what it looks like. I'll just reverse here. Well, of course it's just not going to let me reverse, is it? So that's kind of what it looks like. Hopefully you could see that. Now I'm going to start stirring that up with the spoon first because I honestly don't like touching it, but Grandma would just put her hands in there and start squeezing it together. So I'm going to give it a head start. I don't know why I don't have the camera on here right now, but I'm just in the camera and video mode on my phone. So I can tell that this number 1 is going to need another egg just by looking at it. That bugs me that I can't turn it around, but there you go. I can just tell by looking at it that it's going to need an egg, and probably because there's a lot of hamburger there to cracker ratio, I'm going to put another egg in and like a half of a sleeve of crackers. When I was at your house, I ended up putting in 3 eggs also because you guys had more than 1.5 pounds of hamburger. So I'm going to take another egg, put that in there, and then I happen to have a partial sleeve of crackers that we used with some soup the other night. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze that up in there again. Now the other thing that I did at your house was I took that onion you had and I chopped it up real fine to put in there. I messed up. I was at the grocery store and forgot to get onion. So I'm going to have to cheat because I really like the onion flavoring in the meatloaf. So instead of a real onion, I'm going to have to just use the dried onions. So I'm going to shake a bunch of those in there. And the other thing I need to do, somebody took my salt and pepper, but I need to add some salt and pepper in there. I had the salt and pepper on the stove earlier because I cleaned the stove off. And so this looks about right. So for this 1.5 pounds of hamburger, it's a sleeve and a half of crackers, 3 eggs, and then I would put a whole medium onion chopped up real fine. If it just turns out that you don't happen to have an onion, or your onion that's been sitting there isn't that great and fresh anymore, then just grab your dried onions and you'll still get that onion flavor. If there's any big pieces of cracker in here, I just go ahead and poke that and kind of make it smaller. So we're about ready to go. Anna must have been home at lunch to take my salt and pepper. So here's some pepper on there. And here's some salt on there. And now we're ready to go. The next thing that I do then is to finish it off. Then I do have to mix with my hands. And I've already washed, of course, with soap and water. We're at 6 minutes here. I don't want it to be too long. So I just kind of put my hands in and I fold it over and press it down. Yeah, right? Oops, there's a big cracker, so we'll smush that one. But you can see now, Grandma always told me just so it sticks together. So now it's sticking together like that. So that's like the perfect consistency. And my oven's ready already at 350. So just in 6 minutes here, we have meatloaf. I'm gonna put it in a loaf pan, a greased loaf pan. I'm just gonna spray it with Pam or whatever spray oil that you have. I probably have Pam here or an olive oil spray. I'm gonna put it in the meatloaf pan and I'm gonna bake it an hour, and that's it. That's my meatloaf recipe, which is Grandma Seye's meatloaf recipe. Love you guys, bye.